Welcome to Real Talks with Nav. Today I have a special guest, Jaafer, Khani. He's a good friend of mine from high school, and he's also the guy behind Give Back Globally.
Yeah, he's representing this show.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
today I'm representing it. Everybody keeps asking me about Give Back Globally, and honestly, I can't give you the true answers. This guy can, because he's the one with the vision and the idea behind it, and he's the one that actually did the footwork and going out there. So, people have been asking me, but I think the rightful questions to ask is to the right person who actually started it all. So,
Awesome.
Jaafer, tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you do, and then tell us a little bit about Give Back Globally.
Hello there, guys. My name is Jaafer Khani. I'm the founder of Give Back Globally. Essentially, what we are is a self-funded organization that started here in Calgary by myself. And of course, my friends that around me helped contribute to growing it. But what we do is we set this goal to create awareness around the concept of giving. And what we wanted to do was travel around the world, visit these countries, and help out as we travel. So when we go to a country, you always go for tourism or have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And what we wanted to build was a concept where when you are in these places, you can volunteer, you can help out, you can support the local economies.
Mm-hmm.
And what I wanted to do was bring light to these organizations that are in these countries that are doing amazing work.
Mm-hmm.
So Give Back Globally was founded. Essentially, it was traveling, having a great time, and then helping out.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to go to every country myself. If, let's say, you're going to a country,
Mm-hmm.
we would sponsor some aspects of that trip,
Mm-hmm.
and we would get you in touch with local organizations that are doing good work,
Mm-hmm.
and you kind of record the experience, record yourself doing it, and share it with the world of why it's so important to help out and give back. What is it
Mm-hmm.
about visiting these places that kind of gives you the whatever experience that you're looking for, right? That's essentially Give Back Globally in a nutshell. We are self-funded, which is important to note that we're trying to make a statement that if I can do it, just a guy, honestly, I'm not wealthy by any means. I don't have the greatest, wealth. We came from the same backgrounds. If I'm able to do it, then everyone watching and other inspires people to get out there and help out and give back in some way, whether it's their local communities or on a global scale like we're doing. So we're trying to get to 195. We've done 14 successful countries so far, and COVID, of course, slowed us a little bit down, but hopefully we launched last May, and here we are. We're slowly getting
14
out there.
countries from May to now, right? And even like you did a trip just before COVID hit.
Yes, I did Costa Rica. Beautiful trip, beautiful location. Highly recommend it. But yeah, it's hopefully we'll continue once COVID ends. We can get back out there, and I'd love to go with you somewhere. I think we'd have a great time because I know you did something in Brazil, correct?
No, Colombia.
Colombia. Sorry.
But the whole idea behind Give Back Globally was to give back without any means of return.
Correct. Right? Yeah.
And that's the bigger thing in my eyes. The way I see it is, you got to look beyond yourself, and you got to do something outside your own comfort zone.
Correct.
To be actually able to feel the good in you. You know what I mean? Like when you give back to somebody and you see a smile on somebody else's face that you were the cause of, it means a lot more, and you feel fulfillment.
I love that you said that, because it is, as much as everyone tells you it's so selfless and whatever, you do have, there's a selfish component to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go out there, you're helping communities, you're getting the experience, you're literally, I feel like to actually go and see firsthand how people live, especially in the poverty regions and whatnot, it gives you a more humbled approach to the world and how we live our life. And every country has people that suffer in some way, right? And I feel like to get the full experience as you visit these countries, doing a little bit of volunteering, visiting, an orphanage or a school or a place of need, gives you that fulfillment as well. Because we're very luxurious here, as you know. We have 100%. The ability to travel, and I would say that's part of the smallest percentile of the world. I don't think a lot of people can afford to travel, right?
100%.
So. Yeah, no, absolutely. It gives you that feeling that you can't describe. You just got to do it yourself. And
exactly. Once you experience it, it's something else. Like even when I do events here, we did the event even last year, we didn't think about what we were gonna get out of it. It was just more of look at the people around us. Did you see how many people were smiling? Did you see how that laugh and that everybody that was involved in it, everybody took their own part to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like even our own friends. Like I ran into a lot of high school friends that I haven't seen in a long time, right? And even through all that, it was like it was like, we never left that behind, because
Correct.
everybody came back and was just like everybody knew each other again, and we all stood as a family and we all just did it.
A community, essentially.
Exactly.
And that's what the whole thing was. It was a community barbecue or event, is what he's
Yeah.
referring to, is what we did. And I feel like it was very successful. We had a great turnout. We had great time. People had fun.
Exactly.
And
we had
we
dancers.
raised some money, for Brenda's Home, which was an operation in Calgary here that do amazing work for people, families in need that suffer from different backgrounds. But and that's the thing. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. I feel like we work our whole life for what, right? What is your end goal? At the end of the day, you want to be financially well off. You want to be successful. You want to have a family. But you also want to leave something back, and that means a legacy. And I feel like the only way you can do that is by giving back to the community that built you, right?
100%. That's 100% true.
Honestly, that's what it is. Like, why else do you want to do all this and achieve all this if you're just gonna use your wealth to do nothing with it, right?
Exactly.
Whether I mean, I don't mean like very wealthy people. I'm just saying even our own middle class, we're considered, with respect to the rest of the world, extremely wealthy. And I just sometimes we forget that until we go to visit these places, and it just gives you that experience, right?
Oh, 100%.
You watch, you're like, how are they smiling and they're living so with nothing? Like the places you go to.
The thing is, you gotta remember when you're there, just like how you've been experiencing it, it's more humble, and every country has a different way of living.
Correct.
Right, and they're like, whether it's poverty, whether it's old folks' homes, whether it's any orphanages, anything that's going on out there, it's different than it is here. So when you're humble and you go out there and you do these things, it just honestly, when you came to me with this idea in February, you came to me in February because I was opening, I was in between the
construction. Has turned out amazing so far.
Yeah. And you mentioned it, and I was like, what made you think about this? And you were just like, it's giving back that means more to me than anything, right? And that really clicked to me, and this is why I did a lot of events last year, and gave back without thinking. And I consistently work with charities around the city, giving back to the communities out there, but also this channel was built off of that idea of giving back. It's like, hey, how can I give back to the community? And by bringing everybody together, I know a lot of people in the industries, different industries, so I just thought, bring them all together and give back a knowledge that we can teach somebody else something.
Correct.
Right? And honestly, you were a motivation to that.
Oh, I appreciate that.
You know what I mean?
And that's the thing. It's at the end of the day, you want to look at where you're living and what your future is like. So the whole story behind Give Back, as I was telling you, I did work a 6-figure, really good job before this, and it was cool and everything. You work your day in, day out, and there was just not anything more, right? I wanted to see what my next plan was. How can I do more, right? And of course, I was like, I love traveling, and I also love dealing with people and meeting people and helping out in some way, right? I'm a people person, and I was like, okay, let's combine the two ideas together and travel around. And honestly, it's been probably the best experience of my life. Like to this day, I would recommend everyone to get out there, visit a country that you've never been to, 100%. and go to be a tourist at the same time, but get involved with the locals. Go see the organizations, the places that really need like the help and love that you can spread, right?
Exactly.